Hey guys, this is part 2 of the tutorial. So a little recap. What we did last time was that we created the game loop, game state manager with one game state in it, and we finished the menu state, or almost finished it. So next thing we want to do is add another game state here. Game states dot add new level 1 state. This is going to be one of the states which has gameplay in it, basically. So we have to have a way to get into the state. So go back to menu state. Back here in the select function, you'll remember that we have a bunch of choices here. If the choice is 0, then we want to do gsm.setState game state manager dot level 1 state. So that will switch to the new state. So let's go ahead and make this. Add a new class, level 1 state, and this is going to be a game state. There. Okay, so let's do the constructor first. And again, all game states must have the game state manager. So this GSM is equal to GSM. Okay, and we need to implement the 5 abstract functions: init, update. I wish I copied and pasted this somewhere. Graphics 2D. Oops. Key pressed, and K is over there. Public void key released. Okay. Graphics 2D, can't find it, so import Java auth. Alright, so this is level 1 state. This is going to be a big one. And because it's so large, I can't do all of it very quickly. I'm going to do it one at a time, step by step. The first thing we're going to do is the tile map. Tile map. Just like that. And so if we go back to the constructor for a second, we're going to call init here. And this init is where we will initialize the tile map. Tile map is equal to new tile map. And I use tile sizes of 30. Actually, let's hold off for this and let's just create the tilemap class first. So over here in the tilemap package, we're going to create a new class called tilemap, like that. And this is pretty much just going to be the entire tile map. So we have to import some stuff, auth image, and what else we need? Java X image IO, IO.image IO. We need regular IO for the readers. So the tile map has a few stuff in it. We need the let me just move this down. Okay, we need the position. So this is just going to be an X and a Y, and double. We need bounds. This is just X min, Y min, X max, and Y max. I keep forgetting the int. Private int ymax. Okay. I also have this thing that I've been working on called Tween. It's supposed to smoothly scroll the camera towards the player instead of just rigidly following the player exactly. But it's all twitching right now, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. But I'm gonna implement it anyway, and we'll see what happens. We also need map stuff, so This is just, again, the map is just a 2D integer array. Call that map. We need the tile size, and number of rows in the map, number of columns in the map, and the dimensions of the map, width and height in pixels. Cool. So we also need something to hold the tile set. Tile set. And the tile set is just a buffered image. Tile set. Private int num tiles across. Private tile tiles. Now this 2D array of tiles represents the tile set. So after we've imported the tile set, we're going to put all the tile images into this. We also need one more thing, the drawing bounds. If we had a huge tile map, like 1,000 by 1,000 tiles, then we would need to draw 1,000,000 tiles, which is ridiculous. 1,000,000 tiles 60 times every second. Nope. My laptop would like explode because it's pretty crappy. So what we want to do is, instead of drawing the entire tile map all the time, we only want to draw the tiles that are on the screen. So we have a couple of variables for that. This is row offset. This tells us which row to start drawing. This is column offset. This tells us which column to start drawing, and we also need to know how many rows to draw and how many columns to draw. There we go. So now we can get into the constructor. Tile map, int tile size, pass that in. This dot tile size is equal to tile size. And the number of rows to draw is very simple. Since the game is a 240 height and the tile size is 30, so that's like 8 tiles down, I guess. So that's like game panel dot height divided by tile size. 240 divided by 30, that's about 8 tiles to draw. And we're gonna add in an extra 2 just to pad it, so that we don't get any like skips or whatever. And number of columns to draw is going to be pretty much the same thing. The game has a width of 320, tile size is 30, so it's about, how much is that? 10, 11 tiles across, I guess. Anyway, in the tween, we're going to set it to 0.7. Again, the tween is like all twitching. It's not really working how I want it to, but I'm going to put it in there anyway. So now we have two major functions to work on here. Public void load tiles and public void load map. Load tiles loads the tile set into memory, and load map loads the map file into memory. So we're gonna do load tiles first. Try. We're gonna put everything in a try catch. Always print stack trace again. So try. First thing we want to do is get the tilemap image.read. Again, this is how you get resources. You use get class.getResource as stream, like that. And now that we have that, we can get the number of tiles across, which is tileset.getWidth divided by tile size. So my tile set here, the grass tile set, this is like a 1, 2, 3. This is like 20 tiles across. So that's going to be num tiles across. And tiles, our tile array is going to, again, the tile array is the representation of the tile set. So this is just 2 rows and num tiles across columns. Okay, so we don't have a tile thing yet, but we will work on that soon. Let's just import the tile set first. So buffered image, subimage. Let's go ahead and import the entire tile set. int column is 0, column is less than num tiles across, column plus plus. Subimage is going to be tileset.get subimage. The first one is where is it? Okay. First one is column times tile size, and this is 0, and tile size, and we're going to create a new tile. First row, that column, and this is a new tile, subimage, and we're going to make these tile.type normal. We're going to do the same thing here, tileset.get subimage, but this one is for the second row. So this is again column times tile size, but this time the Y is on tile size, everywhere. And tiles, this is the second row, so tiles 1, column is equal to new tile, subimage tile.blocked. So everything in the first row is a normal tile, everything in the second row is a blocked tile. Oh, I have these 3 up here. These should be in the second row. Well, it doesn't really matter. I'm never gonna come into collision with those tiles anyway. So that's pretty much it for load tiles. Now let's go ahead and create the tile class first. Go into Tilemap, package, new class, tile. This is a very small class. All it has is just the image and the type. So private buffered image private int type. Let's go ahead and import java.auth.image.buffered image. And we need the tile types. So one of them is normal, and one of them is blocked. I only have these 2 types. I guess you can have more tile types. So constructor takes in an image and a type, and just set those. And now we have to have a way to get the image and type. So public buffered image get image return image, and public int get type return type. So that's it for tile. Let's go back to Tilemap. So we've finished load tiles, and now we're going to do load map. Here's the map file down here. And the way that I have map files set up is that the first line is the number of columns, the second line is the number of rows, and the rest of the lines are just the map itself. So we're going to do that now. So again, in a try catch, e.print stack trace. So let's go here, load map. So first we want the input stream in. Again, get class.get resource as stream s. We're going to use a buffered reader to read in the text file. Buffered reader vr is a new buffered reader, and we're going to give it a new input stream reader in. Pass in the resource that we used. Oh, these are the opposite. Here. And I spelled reader wrong. Reader. Input stream reader. Okay. So now that we have the map file loaded, we can read it. The first one, like I said, is the number of columns. The first line, so read line. The second line is the number of rows. Oops. Parse int br.readline. And the rest of the lines is just the map. So map, first we have to create the map array. We have the number of rows and columns, so we can create that now. Some rows and columns. We can find out the width in pixels. number of columns times tile size, and the height in pixels, number of rows times tile size, tile size. There we go. Now we can actually start reading in the map file the map itself, the array. First we need delimiters. This is just white space //s plus. I guess that's like regex, I'm not really sure. For int row, 0 row is less than num rows, row plus plus. We want to read all of the lines. So first let's get the line. Read line. And now we want to split it into tokens using our delimiters, which is white space. And then go through that array and put it into the map. Calls, call plus plus, and map row column is equal to integer.parse int tokens column. There we go. So that's it for load tiles and load map. So now that once we call those, our tile map is actually fully loaded and we can actually start doing stuff. So let's just create a couple of getters first. Int get tile size, return tile size, a getter for the tile size, a getter for the what's this? A getter for the position. Public int get x, return x. This is going to be an int because x and y are doubles, so I have to cast it to int. I don't want to have to return doubles because it's not really necessary. This is like a pixel game, but I still want subpixels, so I use doubles for more precision. What else? Public int get width, I guess. We can get the width and the height. Okay. We also need something for getting the tile type. So int get type. We have to pass in a row and a column. So the row column is map row. So that's the value. Now we have to find out which tile that is. And the way that I did it, again, with my tile set, was that this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it goes across and just counts across, then goes into the second row and counts across. So that's just the way that I do it. The row is RC divided by num tiles across, and the column is RC mod num tiles across. So that's that, and we're going to return tiles RC dot get type. This is the type of tile. So what else do we need? We need to have a way to set the position. Public void set position. So double x double y. And this is where I did the tween. Normally it's just this dot x is equal to x and this dot y is equal to y, and this makes sure that the camera follows the player exactly. But I went with the tween in order to make the camera smoothly follow the player instead. So instead of this, I did plus equals x minus this dot x times tween. So the difference between the current position and the new position times the tween will gradually move the camera to the new position. And it's just twitchy as hell. I'll show you, well, once you see the player moving, it looks weird. I'm not sure what's going on or how to fix it. Hopefully one of you guys can find out what went wrong. Anyway, fix bounds. This is a new function here. This is just a helper function. All this does is make sure that the bounds aren't being passed. This is just if x is less than x min. This is just all this. I can just copy 4 of these. So this is y min, oops, y, and this is x max. I probably could have just typed it and be faster. Y is equal to y max. There we go. So just make, oh, these are greater than. X is less than x min, set that. X is greater than x max, set that. Same thing with the y's. So, after that, we have to find out where to start drawing, right? We don't want to draw the entire tile map. So we're going to do the offset. This is just int negative list.x and then tile size. And same thing with the row. Negative list dot row is y, right? Yeah, row is height, so y. Okay. So this tells us where to start drawing, which column to start drawing, which row to start drawing. Now we can actually start drawing this stuff. So public void draw graphics 2dg, and there we go. For int row is equal to row offset. This is the starting row. Row is less than row offset plus number of rows to draw. Row plus plus. Oh, can't see that. So for int row is there. Row is less than row offset plus row plus plus. There we go. Oh man, the spacing on this looks insane. Row plus plus. Okay. So that's the for loop. That's the first for loop. Now we have to do the for loop for the outer row. Oh, this spacing is getting crazy again. Okay. This one is int column. Again, we have to start at the column offset. Offset. And column is less than column offset plus number of columns to draw. And column plus plus. There we go. First we have to have a check here. If row is greater than or equal to num rows, then break. We don't have to keep drawing because there's nothing else to draw. Same thing with the inner for loop. If column is greater than or equal to num columns, break. We don't need to keep drawing. And we also have one more thing. If map row column is equal to 0, don't bother drawing it. That's the way that I did it. If you check out my grass tile set, you'll notice that the first tile has nothing in it. It's just pure transparent. I always leave the first tile in the tile set as nothing, so I skip it over here. I'm not sure why I do that, really. Anyway, int rc, now we have to find out which tile to draw. Same thing here, r divided by that. And I use the num tiles across and rc mod, and we can just draw the tile here and draw image. So this is just tiles rc dot get image, and the position that we have to draw them at is x plus column times tile size and y plus row times tile size. No. So that's pretty much it. I'm getting a error here. This is supposed to be equals for some reason. I put less than there. So that's it for tile map. If we go back to level 1 state, can't find tile map. It's in a different package. Import that. Java, or I mean tile map dot everything. There we go. So now we have a tile map. Let's go ahead and test this thing out. The constructor tile map is equal to new tile map 30, tile size of 30, and we have to load the tile set and load the map. Tile map dot load tiles, and the tile set is over here. There it is. It's under resources, tile set slash grass tile set. So slash tile sets slash grass tile set dot gif, and we want to load the map now. Dot load map, and this is under slash maps slash level 1-1 dot map. There we go. Oh, new tile map. I mean here. constructor. So we could set the position to 0, 0. I guess that's a good starting point. Yeah, so that's the tile map. Let's go down here. We don't have anything to update, key pressed, key released, but we can draw the tile map here. Draw a tile map, just make sure it's working. First let's clear the screen. G dot set color, color dot white, G dot fill rectangle 0, 0 game panel dot width, game panel dot height. Okay, and I can't find those, so I'm gonna have to import that. Import main dot game panel. Okay. Draw tile map is as simple as tile map dot draw G. Alright, let's see if this thing works. Let's run it. Oh, application. Okay. There we go. Start. And there's the tile map. Whoa, this is the wrong map. This is the old map that I was using in a different version. Okay, so I'm going to replace this. I'm also going to have a link to the new level 1-1 map. Make sure to replace that. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. I don't want to do too much. It's at 26 minutes. So in the next one, I'm going to do hopefully the player. I mean, it's really just a lot. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.